What would you do if you used a name for your branding only to find out someone else says it belongs to them? And that someone else happens to be a multi-millionaire sports icon. Masake Kana went to meet the businessman taking on a basketball legend in the Battle of King James.
Boxer and Muay Thai fighter James Thomson competed for 18 years. He was good, a world title contender, and he called himself King James.
I adopted the King James ring name based upon the fact that our family is from Scottish Highlander descent. My father's name is James Mitford Thomson. My grandfather's name is James William Thomson, and it resonated with me.
He retired from the ring with 4 titles in a professional career spanning nearly 2 decades. Now he's a businessman with an impressive property portfolio. He lives in East London and has a new title, Family Man. 10 years ago, he started selling athletic apparel under his King James ring name.
Being a business person, I thought, well, let me trademark this for apparel. From 2011, I started working on the King James brand, and that's the one I enjoyed the most, and it was something that I was going to build on my own over a lifetime.
Then Thomson's life changed. In April 2018, he received an astonishing legal letter claiming the King James trademark belonged to someone else. American basketball superstar Lebron James. Lebron James from the U.S. state of Ohio has played for the Cleveland Cavaliers, Miami Heat, and most recently the LA Lakers. A living basketball legend who's also renowned for his fashion sense.
You know, I take fashion very seriously. And
3 years after trademarking his brand name, Thomson got a call from his attorney with a question marking the beginning of this David versus Goliath tussle. Have you heard of the basketball player LeBron James? Because you've got mail.
In a nutshell, the email said, LeBron James, he's a big shot, you're not as big a shot. Your brand's going to, I quote, dilute his brand. You've got to scrap your trademark, scrap your domain, scrap your business, or we're going to litigate you.
LeBron James has had many nicknames throughout the years. He's been known as the Chosen One, the Akron Hammer, Bron, the Owl Train, just to name a few. But in his papers, they allege he's been known as King James since high school.
The first team ever in NBA history to come back from a 3-1 deficit.
LeBron is now 36 and, like most star athletes, is cashing in on his success. The global licensed sports merchandise market is worth over $26 billion US, with former basketball greats like Michael Jordan sharing in that with his Air Jordans. LeBron James and Nike have also struck a deal. I made it! LeBron's shoes make $340 million for Nike per year, while his sneakers average between $2,500 to $4,000 per pair. According to the court papers, his interests are being represented by his American trademark company.
If they come to me and say, look, Mr. Thomson, LeBron James got a lifetime deal, he's going to be worth $3 billion when he's finished. He's branding his stuff King James, he needs your King James trademark in South Africa. So I said, well, let's see what they're prepared to offer us for this thing in a civil, decent fashion now.
That's fair.
I've invested 10 years of my life in this thing, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of rand, developing logos, paying designers. So what is your offer on this?
So what would this multi-million-dollar sports and fashion empire put on the table through their local attorney? Well, the answer might surprise you.
So she says, I don't know, 5,000, maybe 8,000 rand.
5,000 rand?
My switch was flipped then. So I said, no, okay, fine. We will then go the court route.
And so a court will decide whether Thomson's brand is worth roughly the same as 2 pairs of LeBron sneakers. What's in a name? Shakespeare asked. Well, for James Thomson and LeBron James, a lot. Their businesses and their reputations.
How could I possibly know back in the early 2000s that LeBron James was going to rebrand himself King James and rebrand his sneaker? I'm not a scumbag who would go and copy some other superior athlete's trademark. That is not my style.
3 years later, Thomson is down 250,000 rand in legal fees. Trademark law in South Africa is complex, so we asked Weber Wenzel intellectual property partner Benedict Versveld for the simple version.
When you create your brand, that is when you want to apply for registration of your brand. Once your trademark is registered, then you will have statutory protection.
The trademark here applies to clothing, footwear and headgear. Trademarks are territorial, and Thomson owns the trademark only in South Africa.
Our Trademarks Act protects foreign well-known trademarks. They don't need to have sold any products or offered any services in South Africa. So if Lebron James's legal team can show that King James is a well-known trademark prior to Thomson's application, then they could succeed.
There's no doubt that LeBron James is a world-famous superstar athlete. But one of the key issues at the core of this case is whether South Africans know him as King James. In other words, LeBron's legal team needs to prove that a specific sector of the public immediately links the name LeBron to the trademark King James.
So you'd actually go to the relevant sector of the public. Perhaps there are basketball associations or companies that sell sneakers.
Versveld sets out LeBron's main legal points.
They're saying that Thomson wasn't the true owner of the trademark when he applied for it in 2015, and also that the registration and the use of this trademark by Thomson is going to cause deception or confusion. So they say that Thomson was aware of LeBron James's use of King James, and that he was only applying for the mark because he saw it as, a big ticket to the money.
But Versveld's view is that LeBron's legal team hasn't proven that Thomson acted in bad faith. We wanted to ensure that LeBron James knows about the case against Thomson and can therefore comment. So we reached out to him on social media. Hi, Mr. LeBron James. I am a journalist with Carte Blanche. LeBron's legal team declined the interview offer, saying, given the stage that the matter is in, we are not in a position to discuss it at this time.
I think it's a gamble because I don't think that the LeBron James legal team proved that the King James mark was well known in 2015.
Should the matter be settled, what is the trademark worth?
It's not a valuation of LeBron James's brand. The valuation that has to be done is a valuation of Thomson's brand. I don't think a 7-digit number in dollars is fair, but I also don't think 5,000 Rand or 10,000 Rand is fair.
Going one-on-one with a global sports icon has taken more than just a financial toll on Thomson.
I don't care about the money. I've got money. It's a situation where you wake up in the morning, first thing you think about is LeBron James. I go to the toilet in the middle of the night, LeBron James. My wife has had enough, so it is immensely emotionally taxing.
For now, Thomson battles on. But the outcome of a legal tussle 3 years in the running is anything but a slam dunk.